Hey guys, just want to make a quick video about one particular mod and probably a couple other ones, but this particular mod I was having problems with. I just noticed it after I ran it on the field, and before we do that, let me just show you. This is a stock harvester, and I got that other one over there in the corner, and I'll show you that one too. But let me hire this guy. As you guys obviously know that the header kind of contours to the terrain no matter what side it's or what kind of shape it goes into or slopes. The header is going to always start to point down in the correct direction. Let me turn this swath off. Probably better to see a little bit. But you notice there's a slope here. It goes towards the right. And the header contours to it. Might not even contour to it just because the harvester's going that way, but I'm sure there's minor adjustments it's making in the stock game. But you can tell it hugs it. I actually don't know the patented name for the that part on the front here, which moves the header like left and right and whatnot, but I'm sure it's in the game. And let's set up the other one. This is the one you'll notice off the bat that's going to be bad in the modded version. So you know, vanilla, it's working good. It's hugging the terrain really well. And this terrain up there is going to get pretty rough. It's going to dip down and go up and down over here. This is probably the worst field, but this is giving an idea of it hugging to the contours really well. Which is supposed to do, that's what it's designed there, and that's what the operator's supposed to be doing, is adjusting that. I assume so, I don't know if it's automatic, but we'll follow this a little bit more. We'll check the other guy. And I know it's not making sense of what I'm doing right now, but we'll see. We'll just follow him a little bit more up here. Okay, I'm gonna pause this and I'll come back and show you what I'm doing with the mod. Alright guys, we're back. And let me show you the mod I'm talking about. It's actually the New Holland CR1090. It's the one that comes stock in game. There's actually two packs of these. There's this pack here, which is the newest one, and there's an older pack that came out, but I think this modder used the other guy's mod and just changed this up a little bit, so because they both have the same problem. But the reason why he did this pack in the first place was just to give the CR1090 alternative to TerraTrax and put just tires on them. This one comes with the dualies. The other pack comes with just the regular single tires. But I've not had problems with any other mods that change the tires and whatnot, but he went a step further and changed the mod pack. He actually, the guy that originally did this, changed the textures. As you can tell, this is the stock one. Looks a little glossy like typical stock stuff, but if you look at this one, it's a matte finish. The yellow is actually, I kind of like it better, and the black is black, you know, and as you can tell up there, it looks kind of gray. But I think he added some stuff in here. As you can tell, there's a sign there, but he definitely went in and messed around with the either the XML or the modeling stuff to add some of his features in there. But I believe he probably messed something up, because let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go over here. Now, as you remember before, those headers were kind of following the terrain. So I'll show you a little bit here. I dropped the header down so you can notice it. it's really bouncy when it moves around, trying to adjust to the terrain really fast. As you can see right there, it feels like it's really loose. But that's not the problem. The problem is, you'll see here. Let me hire these guys like I did before, and I'll show you. The problem being is they don't quite adjust to the terrain correctly. As you can see here, you can see a little bit, it gets worse. That the slope's going towards the right like before, obviously, but you think the header will start to dip towards the right to go with the terrain, but it's going in the opposite direction. You see it looks like it's dragging in the ground, it's tipping to the left when it should be tipping to the right. And it's going to get worse on this hill. You see it? You can kind of see it right here too. It's barely getting that right side. And this guy, you can see him too. It's almost like it's tipping on the opposite direction. Instead of tipping to the left, it's tipping to the right. So definitely this terrain right here, see, the left side definitely needs to come down because there's a big dip there. So I've tried this. I thought it was the headers because it comes with a repaint of the headers too, but I had no problems with these. I tested these with vanilla. I also tested the I think the Combine with vanilla headers, and it turns out it's actually the Combine itself, because that little mechanism right there was supposed to adjust the terrain heights going the opposite direction. So yeah, you see how bad it is right there. I didn't notice this off the bat when I was testing it out because I wasn't paying attention. I ended up coming back in again when I found this version of it, and I was like, oh, dual tires and whatnot, I'm gonna try this pack out. So I set it off with the large header, and then it's obviously noticeable, and then I was like, oh man. So I went back and tested the other version. It's made by somebody else, but it's the same thing. I do have another Combine that they did do something similar where they changed the tires. This is the one from in-game, but you know, the 9230 has the TerraTrax, and he actually put in the dualies, and I tested it, and that's all he actually changed was just the tires. Everything else stayed the same, and there's no problem with the terrain adjusting like that, so it works fine. It was just something these guys did. That's the problem. It just takes a little bit something to mess up in the XML, or messing around, like maybe deleted or moved a line in the XML, or deleted some number or letter. It just it really, this is why I don't like these modders. I wouldn't call them modders. I don't know what they call them. I don't like these guys that just go in and take the modders' work and just try to make it work for themselves and re-upload it, and there's problems, and then someone else comes along and the problem's still there, and it just stacks. The problems can stack up. So but they didn't make this in the first place. This is giant stuff. They just kind of messed it up. I wish they would have just added the tires and left the other stuff alone, you know. It would have been fine. So that's definitely something, if any of you guys use this pack or the other one, you'll know the one I'm talking about. The single tire one looks at the picture in the I wish I had it. It's in a dirt looking thing, but any of these ones like this, you'll know it when you buy it in the game. If you put it up to the next one, it's the color's different. So yeah, I would watch out for that. because obviously that's not supposed to be doing that. I know they're supposed to adjust, but not like that, you know. Why are you going to be cutting corn way up there on the top like that? So I honestly don't know the name of it. I guess it's a terrain adjustment to the header, where it like tilts left or right. So I'm sure that's what they do with the joystick in there. So you can see him in there like turning to the right and the thing's going to the left. So something got reversed, I think. So yeah, so be aware of these mods, you know. Sometimes testing them the first time you kind of miss stuff, but you definitely catch them later on when you're playing it in a game. So let me see if there's any other ones I want to show you. Let me sell all these guys really quick. Don't need all these guys. So it's probably gonna still keep driving. It's probably gonna be another one. And last one. And then I gotta sell that other stock combine. I mean, the stock one's nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. This is what the 1090 comes with stock. If you buy it, it comes with the TerraTrax, but I don't know why people want tires for it. I guess there's an option for that in certain farms, but TerraTrax will work perfectly fine. So definitely stick with stock stuff, you know. Let's go sell that guy. I think I sold him. Oops, no, I did not. Oops, wrong button. Okay. Now let's see what else I got. Oh, there's another one I want to show you. I just got this one off FSUK. 520 horsepower. This is the one that was in I believe in FS13. The guys in FS13, a bunch of them came together and decided to bring this over and probably redo it a little bit. It's only exclusive to their website, so you can't find this anywhere else. But I felt like this doesn't perform as well as the one in FS13 did. Let's unfold this and I kind of show you. Just keep in mind, this is 540 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower. Okay, let's drop this down. Turn the mower on. And we'll do cruise control. And there's a lot of difficult terrain on this front of this field, but not that difficult for a tractor of this horsepower not to be able to handle. Let's see if I can replicate what happened the other day. There was a really bad situation. It's going about 12 miles an hour, but I felt like in FS13 it went a lot faster. But I don't know. Maybe they did some real world comparison and this is probably what it does. Okay, let's see if I can replicate this, what happened. There's a little tiny hump here. As you can tell, it kind of barely went over. Just keep doing this because I actually got stuck on one of these little humps here. I think I came at it like this. No, I did alright, but what happened is I got stuck right there and I couldn't get him to get over that little hump. I could understand the mower in the front was kind of like wedging it in, but once I raised it and there was clearance, he would not go over that hump for nothing. And granted, just keep in mind, this is a 540 horsepower tractor, so no little hump like that is going to give him a problem. So I kind of found that a little bit problematic, something to be aware of if you guys try to use this mower from FSUK. The handling's a little weird. Of course, it's all-wheel drive, like all-wheel steering, but once it goes up this hill, it starts to go really slow. And like I said, FS13 one, even though the physics were different, towards the end of FS13, they came out with a patch that was helping out the physics. But anyways, I remember that thing hauling, going pretty decent speed. It was probably going at least 15 to 16 miles an hour. But yeah, this thing got stuck on that little hump. I had to put, as you can see, it's already got 4-wheel drive on. Got stuck with that. I had to put differentials on, and it barely went over that thing. So I'm kind of iffy about this bot right now. I kind of do want it, but we'll see. It needs more testing on my end. I just feel like it could be a little bit faster. Maybe it's just because all that horsepower is being taken up by these mowing blades. But I don't know. I'll keep it in my mod pack for a while and really get to test it out in a map. But sometimes these guys are just as good, you know, and fast if you put it on a decent size tractor. So yeah, this is one to be a little bit alert of if you guys like to mow. And you know, since Giants didn't give us the option to have these big mowers anymore. So yeah, he's fighting it right there. But we'll turn these off. It should start to go a little bit faster, but yeah, there we go. Let me turn him off. But yeah, that's another one to just keep an eye out for. I haven't had any problems with anything else off that I'm aware of. If I do, I'll probably make another video for you guys. It's just a quick little video. So oh, I found these this Liebherr weight. Let's add the stock tractor, or actually they call it wheel loader now. I've been watching Deputy P and Rubber Side Down videos, and they do a lot of forestry. And I thought this was a modded Liebherr, but this is actually just stock one, and they added a back weight to it, which is pretty cool, I think, because it will help out this wheel loader when it's picking up those logs. And that's what those guys do in their videos, is use this to scoop up their logs and put them in the truck. And they got that counterbalance weight there. I don't know how much it weighs. Doesn't really tell you. I have a feeling it's about 2,000 pounds, if that. About 2 tons. But yeah, it's a pretty cool thing to have. I'm definitely going to be using it for forestry, but it'll come in handy doing BGA silos when you got to compact it. It'll help this guy compact a little bit more. And I believe it's got some sort of hitch on there. So I had to dig around and find it. I didn't realize it was a weight. I thought it was I thought someone modded this whole tractor and I didn't there, but I think that's actually a cool feature. That's something you can just buy and attach it on there. So yeah, if you guys are into the logging stuff, definitely check those guys out because they do some pretty serious logging. And Rubberside Downs always giving me shout outs, so I'm gonna give him a shout out, and Deputy Peas. These guys are pretty good. They usually play together in multiplayer, so definitely guys check them out. They're some serious loggers. As me, haven't gotten into the logging yet, but you know me, I'm a farmer guy. But definitely down the road when I want to get into some logging, this weight here will come in handy. So don't think that's anything else to mention. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So just want to make this video to show you the problem with the New Holland 1090 mod pack. So just be aware of that, guys. Just be aware of mods too. I know there's a lot of sites out there to get stuff. Normally what I used to do from FSUK, or actually FS13, FarmSim 13, was to get, when I started the game, I started late in the career of FS13 because they were in the transition. No one was starting to play it that much. Well, they stopped playing it because it was actually summer, and then the winter time, we all knew that FS15 was coming out, so it was kind of late for me. Got it on Steam, really on sale, good price. Anyways, if you guys never did modding, what I did was just get all the ones from Giants, because you know they test all their stuff and they do low polygon stuff and they keep it to the game standard. So that's what I did. Got some other betas, and then my next site was FSUK, digging through there. But back then there were so many mods. It was definitely worth it. But now there's FS 2015's just came out 3 months ago, so everything's new. So, but there's other sites to go to. One thing to be aware of that I notice with these other sites, when you look at the on the bottom, when it gives credit to who made it, pay attention to the names. If there's more than 2 or 3 names, that's obviously someone chopping up another mod and giving them credit and then posting it, and then someone else down the line gets that mod, does a small change, and then they post it. So then you see all these credits on the bottom. There's like 4 or 5 names, so be aware of that. That's about 98% of the time. There's an exception if there's a modding team, but the only way to find out if it is, usually on the top it'll say something like DZ modding or something like that. But and then they'll have the guys' names who are in there. But if you don't know their names, it's obviously you don't know if it's them or not. You know what I mean? So just be aware of that. That's one of the red flags that I usually look for, and that definitely avoids it. So it's a lot to pick through, these guys with the mods, so be very careful. A lot of these things can get in your game and just slow them down and just cause problems. So there's certain ways to find problems. There's a log file, and actually it's pretty much where your mod folder is. There's a log file in there. Every time your game starts up, it just loads all the mods in and pretty much creates a log file and shows errors. But that doesn't show quite everything. If you purchase things, it'll start to show more, and there's an actual debug menu that you can bring up It's developer tools or whatnot. There's videos out there that does it. Ian Robson, I think he did one back in FS13, so look for his. You can Google it, developer mode, and then there's a special key like here. I tapped it and it brings it up, and you can pretty much page up and down. Everything's loaded, as you can tell there. Combine, register. You won't get errors till about the bottom. You'll get like warnings. I get this one right here, deleted object, seed trigger, fertilizer trigger. I think that's from Giants placeable fertilizer and seed pallets. I don't know what happened with that, but it's not a big deal. I got one here for this new weight actually when I brought it in. It's something clip distance set to default. I don't know what that is, but you'll get a one or two as long as you don't have like 15 to 30. I'll get another one here. I definitely know about this one. It's from the Baylor. This guy. Let me buy him and it'll probably show up. Just me looking at it in game. Warning performance. PGN raw format. What that one is, apparently I get that one from another mod too. Let's go in there. These pictures here that they use in the store are actually I can't remember the extension they use, but they don't like to use PNG. It's a different type of format. Oh, I wish I could pull it up right now. Let me pause it and I'll see if I can see it. Okay. Alright guys. Yeah, it's a .dds. It's some sort of compact, compressed image format. So they prefer that because it loads faster, but a lot of these modded ones, ported over stuff, will use a PNG, which a lot of games are already like that. They don't like PNGs, they like DDS. So yeah, I get the other one. There's the other one, the auto stacker. See, I get the error just being in the store looking at it. So yeah, this is the other one. That's a PNG too, so that's not a big deal. It's only 2 of them. You're not going to get performance issues when it's in the game world. It's just, I guess apparently it's something when you're looking at the store, so it's okay when it's in game. So yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do to eliminate some of these errors, but you don't have to worry about it too much right now. It's usually down the road, probably a year or so from now, when there's a lot more mods in. It was a big deal in FS13 when I got in it, and I was adding a lot of mods. They were get a lot of error messages, so just be aware of that, guys. So alright guys, I'm gonna end this video. I was yapping on too much, so hopefully this was a little bit helpful for you guys. If you want any more details on how to do some of this stuff, definitely message me, and I could probably do a detailed video on how to do some of this stuff, like add that debug menu for you guys. But there's videos out there, and Google definitely shows you. So alright guys, definitely have a good day, and we'll see you next time.